The opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Eastlink TV, its sponsors, or partners.
Welcome, and ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the second half of our high school soccer doubleheader final action. We've got the boys final, just finished an exciting girls final that went to a shootout. Now we've got Collège Notre Dame boys and St. Charles College. St. Charles, of course, looking for the sweep here. It's Randy Pascal back behind the mic, and it's my pleasure to be joined once again by Alex Camino. Alex, welcome aboard.
Thank you very much. I can't wait. It's going to be an exciting final, and it's going to be awesome. Lots of fun.
And of course, last time we had these same two teams at one point during the regular season in one of the games, and it was interesting because at that one, St. Charles got off to a really quick start, got an early goal, and kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. So one of the things, I'm sure, I haven't talked to the coaching staff from Notre Dame, but common sense would suggest they are going to have to be wary of making sure that they do not allow St. Charles to get that early lead again and kind of set the tone for everything else. But that's easier said than done.
Oh, exactly. St. Charles is going to be looking to feed it through Jack Jordan in the middle, as well as Aiden Martel, their top striker, on the wing, to see if they can get a quick few goals to start. And on the other side, C&D, they're looking to control the midfield. They've done a great job of controlling it during the year with their possession, with Nick Graham, number 18, in the middle, and Keenan Rock at number 5. They're looking to get it through to their big striker, number 19, Noah Lasource, a big, strong lad, and he's been performing well for them as well.
And Lasource, of course, was not in the game, did not play in the first matchup.
That's a big factor.
Exactly, between these teams. You take him out of the mix, and you get, it's not only the effect of that he brings individually, it's the effect that it has also on every one of the teammates, right? That you kind of know, it's going to be tougher without Noah here this game.
Exactly.
So another competitive player to the mix, so St. Charles playing the head ball on a couple of plays there, and ultimately able to get it up towards midfield with the sprint here. This is Adam Zalai. Taken away nicely there, defended well by 11, Sam Braconnier. St. Charles, again, to Zalai, coming out hard. Oh, shot goes off the player, and I think we are dealing still with, if I'm not mistaken, in net for St. Charles, for Notre Dame. Still, it's not Hunter Adams, so nice save there at the other end. I think that's Cam McHugh. Have to find out. I'm just trying to remember now from the first time they played who the other keeper is for Notre Dame.
I believe it's Sean Roberts in net. I believe they moved him in net. Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
and he has played there before.
Yes. Yeah.
And again, one of those lineup changes, because I don't think Sean was the goalie when they played St. Charles the first time around. They may have actually brought up one of the juniors to play that game. This is Lasorsa. Looks middle, defended well there. That's Gavin Piaskowski that cleared that ball. Looked in the direction of, I believe, wearing number 11. Okay, I've got Ryan Teddy down, but that's the last game we did. I think it's Arnaud, if I'm not mistaken, that's playing out on the right side. I have to find out maybe at halftime. Nick Graham battling there with Zalai. Into Martel. His ball is headed away. Up near midfield. Ball bounces around a fair bit there. Nicholas Nahor played it back to his own defender, and St. Charles retains control. Callum Rock with the short pass to Nahor. Nice little touch back and forth, and the third one went astray. Good job there using his height was Ryan Vanderplum for St. Charles, number 17. St. Charles, as is usually the case, a very, very strong and good-sized back line.
Yes, yeah, they always have a big, strong back line that isn't afraid to get that ball down the field right off the first touch.
Notre Dame looking to atone for a year that they thought they did not have a good season last year. Not by the expectations that they had for the team. They had a nice, solid veteran team and really kind of sputtered in terms of getting themselves going. And much, much better this year. And they caught, things kind of went their way a little bit. They end up catching Sacré-Cœur, who upsets Llewellyn, and then you catch the Griffon trying to pull 2 upsets back to back, which is not easy. So they were able to win that one 3-1, I believe. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the one where they dodged a bullet was in the quarterfinal. I think they played Lockerbie, if memory serves me well.
Yes,
that was
yeah.
a 1-0 game.
1-0 game, yeah. Yeah, no, seeing the they know what's at stake here. A bunch of their senior players, they've made it to here and they haven't gotten that win yet. And I think it's time for them, and they know it as well. They're here on a mission today.
Keeping that one is Branconier. This is Galamulame. Looked in towards Martel, a little bit too much on that. Roberts. So St. Charles running with a 4-4-2 formation. Top of it is Martel and Yui Dohai. Aristide. Had a chance to interview him after the last game. Across there goes Astray. Him and his brother over from Rwanda. And asked him a little bit about compare the soccer. First thing, he loves the fields here. Of course, he had really nice fields to play on. He said, but I'll take the Rwanda weather.
No, for sure, for sure.
It's hot and sunny every day, and we get to play year-round. I said, no snow. He said, nope, no snow. Definitely not. Martel wearing the captain's armband. Plays it back to Arnaud. On this side to Jack Jordan. Jordan along the flank. Goes off the Notre Dame defender. It'll be throw in for the Cardinals. Zalai plays, looked to play give and go with Jordan, but it was kicked out of bounds or touched out of bounds by Notre Dame. Martel to Jordan. Jordan with the cross. Well placed. Good challenge there coming into the inside. It looks like Callum Rock marked nicely.
Oh, nice move.
Very nice move by LaSource. You see the skill there. One-on-one step over.
Yeah, one thing you're gonna notice with LaSource, he's not your traditional striker that hangs out with the last guy up top. He loves to come back and support his midfield, and don't be surprised when you see him dropping back and serving balls from the middle as well.
Yeah, he's a handball there as Galamulame just went to chest the ball and just kind of was a little bit off center on it. So this is going to give Notre Dame their first really good chance of the game, 25 yards out. And thought it was Graham stepping in originally, but it doesn't. Is it Graham? That looks like number 4. That's Caleb Mickett. There's got Graham and Mickett lining up on this one. I believe it's direct though, right?
Yep. Yeah.
The wall is set up in and around the 15-yard line. Mickett loops it over. The right idea. Had to take a little bit off that left footer. Yeah, to loop it up and over the wall. You don't. If you power it over, you're going to sail it right through the uprights.
Exactly.
So this is a different Notre Dame team, I think it's fair to say, than the one that we saw in the regular season when we broadcast the Notre Dame St. Charles game. You can just tell, even territorially at this point, foul is called there. Referee trying to make sure he keeps an eye on things. That's Mickett called on the back of the St. Charles defender, or attacker rather, midfielder probably. It's Jack Jordan. The way he's lining up, I got to believe he's a lefty. Plays it towards the middle. Nicely played ball. Good job.
That was a nice header by Graham there.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, it looks like they Notre Dame doesn't mind bringing back Graham and La Sorsa when needed. Give them not only extra height, but also a little bit extra physicality on it as well.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, these guys aren't afraid to get physical, especially Nick with the hockey background as well, and La Source is just a tough customer as well. So don't want to mess around with those guys too much.
Branconier plays it off to Rossini. Back to Branconier, and it goes middle now. Off the chest of Keenan Rocca. A little bit of a challenge there. Nice ball, played from distance and handled with ease. Goaltender Cam McHugh. I believe it's McHugh in net, right?
Yep.
Still is. It's always tricky with the goaltenders because they don't oftentimes, they're wearing the alternate jerseys, obviously, to make things really clear for the officials. And but that means oftentimes they don't have a number on the back end. In fact, last game, I think we referred to the St. Charles keeper most of the game as Kira Moffat. We did say we weren't 100% sure, so we thought it could have been Katie Pichette. Well, lo and behold, with our luck, it was Pichette that was in net and picking up the shutout for St. Charles.
Yeah, that was a fun game to watch too. It came right down to the wire.
It was. That one was, I'll say, somewhat predictable in the sense that you knew that LaSalle was going to play a defense-first mentality.
Well, for sure.
They had been doing it throughout the playoffs. It was working well. The whole difference there was if St. Charles had been able, they had some chances early, and they had more chances later. They had a couple of chances early to get an early one, maybe 2 goals. And if you do that against a team that's playing defense, then you force their hand. They have to open it up, and they weren't able to do that. Referee calls the foul there.
Yeah, but hats off to LaSalle. What a great season.
Yeah.
I believe, were they in B Division last year? I can't remember, but
it might have been B Division last year. They did not win a game in the regular season this year before coming into the playoffs. So the only thing they were saved by the fact that with the abbreviated season, right? They went with the 4-game regular season, but said, okay, we'll get around that by having everybody make the playoffs, which made a lot of sense, right? Because
for sure,
you'd hate to eliminate somebody after 4 games if you can avoid it. But with the snow being on the field and all that, they decided that seemed to make the most sense. And in both leagues we had a 4-1 upset, so both on the boys and the girls side.
Right.
Nick Graham has got the direct from 45. Looks middle. Taking that one down is Matt Belanger for St. Charles. Ball's way up in the air, headed back. James Colburn, his numerical counterpart for Notre Dame, both wearing 12. Roberts. Lots of distance on that one. Taking off the feet of Matt Belanger, plays it up to the midfield area. Graham steps in for Notre Dame, looks to go along this side to Branconier. He's being pressured by Zalai. Adam Zalai manages to strip it, and Jack Jordan going one-on-one with Graham. Good matchup there. Thought his man might make the run. Didn't happen.
Hard to believe Jack Jordan's in grade 9. He looks like he's a veteran grade 12 controlling the midfield like that. He's fun to watch, and St. Charles will have to build around him in the coming years when their seniors start to head off to university.
Absolutely. Yeah, the thing that strikes me, and I haven't had a chance to watch him play a whole lot yet this year, his touch with the ball is very noticeable. I mean, it's just so precise. Ability to go off both sides of both feet. You see him, and just with in little space, right, in constrained areas, just seems to know exactly where he wants to go and has the ability to put it where he wants. And you just don't see that, with that kind of precision very often.
Yeah, you can tell he loves the game.
Absolutely.
He's got a tenacity. You can see it right in his facial expression, his body language when he's playing. He wants to be out there and get as many touches on the ball, and that's what you need in a guy that's controlling the midfield for you.
Yeah. Branconier looks up, plays it through for Alexander Rossini. St. Charles clears to the midfield anyways. A couple of headers makes the way all the way over to Zalai. to Martel. Martel with the run. He's got a half a step. Running out of room at the far end. Good job by Notre Dame to defend it, unfortunately. Ends up stepping out of bounds just after, or sailing the ball out of bounds, rather. So it'll be throw in for the Cardinals. Salai. Looking in. Jordan now, one-on-one with Graham again. Notre Dame clears all the way out towards midfield, and Galamulame strikes it right back the opposite direction. Good job by Notre Dame to defend on that. Playing a flat 4. Chipped ahead very lightly for Graham. And Valcagnier. Not sure if he was looking for Rossini or Graham at the tail end of that pass. Either way, it worked out okay. Goes out of bounds, throw in Notre Dame. I think he's another grade 9 as well. Kick there, left-footed kick by Rossini. Hooked it just wide.
Pretty even so far in terms of scoring chances. This is going to be a fun game to watch.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I was, you know what, having broadcast the first one, I was a little bit worried that, you know, St. Charles just too strong for them. But I think once you have the lineup changes in, you really notice that it levels itself out at that point.
I believe Lasorsa got subbed off earlier. Moved Rock up top.
Now, is he still, was that was injury related, right? That he missed the time earlier in the
Yes,
season?
yeah. He's been dealing, I believe it's a banged up knee.
Okay.
So far, if you know, he's wearing a knee brace. I think it's on the right knee, so just nursing that. No, it's a big game as well, but he's got his university career as well as summer soccer as well. I just want to, it's cautionary. And with a player like Lasorsa, it's good to pace him, and it's good to let him go hard for 15 and then take him off. He's a player that can do that.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right that it's, you know, the coaching staff is going to be smart about this. As nice as it would be to win a city championship, you also want to maintain that big picture look, right? And say, okay, let's keep it in perspective. You know, we're not going to go all out. We're not going to mess up the rest of your summer for the sake of one.
For sure. And it's early still so far, and you still have a whole half to play too.
Yeah. Nice job there, sidestepping a couple of marks. That was 14, Julian Tubin. Throw in for Notre Dame. To Keenan Rocca. Rocca goes back to his teammate along the sidelines. Looks like Luc Couture from here. A little bit hard to tell sometimes with the numbers clear across the other side of the pitch. Jockeying for position there. I think it's Malcolm Sheehan for Notre Dame. Not sure who the defender was for St. Charles. Might have been Piaskowski. And it's simply cleared out towards midfield. Sebastian Bouchard not able to bring that ball down cleanly. Ends up in the possession of the Cardinals. Jordan. He looks back for support. Now up. A little bit too much on that, but Graham returns the favor. Graham with his eye on him. Decides to go the other way, and a nice job there to use the effectively what ended up amounting to sort of a pick play. Notre Dame with the throw-in. Brancagnier, the long toss, and it's coming right back in our direction. Good position there on the part of Rossini. Galamulame on his back. St. Charles recovers. Worked it over to Jordan. Nice pass there. A little bit of, those are the ones that are fun to watch when they string them together. As Martel gets a little bit of room. Good job. They recognized Notre Dame, recognizing he was in shooting lane, and also you could just tell from the body language, he was trying to set himself up for a one quick shot, and they quickly closed that gap.
Yeah, exactly. Martel loves coming in from the outside left, cutting in and taking a shot. Loves that. It's a signature move, and he excels at it, and C&D read that perfectly.
Ball made its way all the way down to the other end in a hurry. Keenan Rocca trying to chase one down for Notre Dame, but beaten to the ball by McHugh, keeper for St. Charles. Nice job there by Rocca to shield the ball and kind of play the defender off his hip, but lost control shortly after that as Sheehan helps him out. Sheehan leaves it there for Tubin. Back to Mikic. Looking for a little bit of space. Not a lot there based on what St. Charles is defending. Martel has the ball run off his foot. And Notre Dame works it inside to Tubin. Now back outside. They're going to look for the cross here. Got a player in front. Rossini with the header. So certainly territorially over the last little bit, Alex, advantage Notre Dame, it would seem.
Yes. They've controlled most of the play. I would say possession leans in their favor too. Yeah, exactly. St. Charles is looking for that counter right through Jordan over to Martel, but right now exactly advantage C&D for sure.
St. Charles making a quick change. Callum Rock out. And Nicholas Nahor back in for the Cardinals. Not sure what time our official time game started. Nice long kick there, and McHugh read it well. That was off the foot of Sebastian Bouchard. Good job of fronting the ball by Graham. Plays it in on the header, and Notre Dame continues to apply pressure. Good battle there as a couple of players jousting for position. Looked like Ryan Vanderpool may have hooked the arm a little bit, but not enough to draw the foul. Through ball. Oh! Branconier loses his footing, and it opens up the door very briefly for Aristide Uiduhai. I gotta write this out phonetically. Uiduhai. There we go. That works. Long throw-in for St. Charles. Martel. And just with a little bit of a foot on it is Arnaud. It's cleared by Notre Dame. This team's battle for position between the 45 and 45, roughly, as it comes inside now. Chasing the ball down is Arnaud. Shielding, that looked like ankle. That was number 3, Luc Couture for Notre Dame. He saw him. Two players got tangled up a little bit, and then he kind of came up a little bit lame on that, favoring. Almost it looked like it might have been Achilles or something on the back of the leg.
Yeah, that was quite the battle for the ball.
They are calling somebody over right away, and that tells me that it's you're probably not going to see him back this game, I wouldn't guess. I may be wrong, but when they wave over and he's really not putting any weight on it at all, is Couture. So hopefully nothing more than a sprain with any luck at all.
Yeah, hope for the best for sure.
See the referee's ruling here. I want to see where, there it is, goalie kick, okay. Roberts out towards midfield. St. Charles reads it well. Nice ball by Jordan. Yeah. Jack Jordan in towards Aiden Martell. Martell with the cross and hauled in by Roberts. No problem on that one. Roberts goes back against the grain to the far side. Jordan to Galamulame. With Brancagnier on him. Galamulame's got some, he had support in middle and outside, opted to go towards the middle. Good work there by number 25. That's Matsugato for the Notre Dame Alouettes. He moves up to support the attack. Tubin was looking for a run. Player's a little late, a little hesitant jumping in on that one. Volleyed pretty nicely mid-air there by Mikic. And headed up by Notre Dame as they try to look at some way of putting together an attack formation here. Graham steps over nicely to shake his defender momentarily. Now comes back inside and looks middle. Thought he might get it back right away. Had a little bit of room there. Did not get the pass back from Julian Tubin. Physical battle in tight sees Victor Bulick trying to come up with it, and it's going to be St. Charles throw-in, I believe. So a little bit contrary to the girls' game where we had one team definitely favoring a defensive formation and one team favoring offense. This one, both teams quite willing to open it up.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's been back and forth all game, and this is exactly what you expect in a final game. A tight game with chances going both way. And exactly, it's going to be a very entertaining final. And La Sorsa has gone back up. Looks like he'll be stepping back onto the field for the next stoppage of play.
Graham to Bulick. Back to Graham. Nice spin move there. Gives himself a little bit of room just for a second. Arnaud saw that challenge coming from Mikic. And they get outside to Martell. That's a tough matchup for Brancagnier. Martell, very quick. And again, as you said earlier, Alex, exactly, going from his left to his right, obviously to his strong foot, and didn't quite cut across the front of the net that time, but certainly got the kick away. Notre Dame making the substitution that you saw coming.
Yeah, his first three steps are deadly. Wow, he's a tough customer to play in a one-on-one scenario. Exactly, same move though. We'll see if he can spice it up a little bit more here.
Gatto out of the game, La Sorsa in for Notre Dame. Notre Dame looking for some room in the middle. It is to La Sorsa, but it goes off his foot. St. Charles gives him no time to recover as we got a goalie comes out to challenge that one. Roberts, the bounce off the turf gave him a little bit of trouble. Throw in. St. Charles with Martell. Taking away the middle on him was Bulick. Force him to the outside. Martell looking for some room.
Oh, nice move.
Yeah. Brancagnier goes with him on that one.
Yeah, I asked for him to spice it up, and he definitely did. Threw some salt and pepper on those couple moves. Wow, that was fun to watch.
Question on those ones is always, once you make the move and you beat one man one-on-one, at what point do you then, start to now use numbers in your favor?
Exactly.
As opposed to trying to beat man number 2,
Right,
and 3, and
right.
4.
All depends where you are on the field.
True. Broncony heads the ball, and that makes it fair game for keeper Sean Roberts. Roberts with the throw out to Graham. Looking middle, St. Charles. That's Branconier. Challenged nicely by Arnaud. Or Nahor, sorry, that's Nahor. And he finally loses possession. This is going to be tricky. Good job there to buy some time. That was number 12, Matt Belanger.
Yeah, he handled that well.
Yeah, he knew he had La Sorsa right on his shoulder.
Exactly.
Dubin over to Graham. He's got Martel coming back, and that's called.
Mixed emotions from the fans in the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Long ball there.
that was a great ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Sebastian Bouchard. Lots of distance on that, lots of help up there. Still no score here. We are bringing you the Boys Open Premier Soccer Final. St. Charles Cardinals, Collège Notre-Dame Alouettes. St. Charles already, actually with 2 in the books. We talked about the girls winning their game, but the junior game also went the way of the Cardinals. 3-2 win earlier today, also against Notre Dame.
Yeah, they've been sweeping it up, St. Charles.
Yeah. Notre Dame with the long throw. That's Salai getting in on that. Lots of bodies in there in tight area. La Sorsa. Ahead on that, Vanderplum plays it up for Nahor to Martel. Martel finds a little bit of a seam. Kicked away there momentarily by Graham, but it went right back in the direction of Martel. From St. Charles throw-in. To Jordan, back to Martel. This is Jordan with the challenge. Notre Dame gets it past.
Nice play there.
Yeah, Galamulame hits the turf, but ball ends up in the right spot. Challenge there as Graham shielding Jordan, leaving it for his teammate, Branconier, to pick that one up. St. Charles. Throw-ins to Jordan. Doesn't have a lot of room there. Pinned up against the sideline. Salai. Looked like it might have been a high kick. At least some people wanted that call. I didn't see where the foot ended up. I just saw the reaction of the players.
Yeah, it was a high follow through, but I mean, he's making a play on the ball. There's no call to be made there for sure.
Unless you can draw one.
Unless, hey, and soccer players are great at doing that,
Yes,
especially in the pros.
We were actually just talking about that with the girls' game. That, with the foul calls, that at least when the girls are hitting the turf, pretty good chances because there's actually been contact made.
No, for sure.
You know,
for
that
sure.
none of them are playing at a level where there's really any benefit or any coaching
Yeah.
yet to say, okay, you got to try and sell it a little bit more than that. I think they should go the hockey method that if you're found to have drawn fouls that weren't actually fouls when you the replay, you should get fines. So it's like the diving rule in hockey.
Do you get fined if
Yeah.
they review? Wow,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that'd be a great rule set in
Yeah,
place. So,
it's for what is it? It's not enhancement. There's a embellishment.
right, embellishment. Yeah, yeah.
They call it. So if you're
That's very smart.
yeah, I think because they recognize that it's so difficult, especially you talk about professional soccer. You're talking about a level of play that is just happens so lightning quick,
Exactly.
right? That to expect the officials to be able to see everything on it is really tough. And that being the case, you know, there's times where you're calling what you think you see, but you're not 100% sure. And it's only after when you look at the film you go, oh God, you know, I thought it was a foul. There wasn't even contact on it. So
Yeah, it's tough. Soccer's one of the most slowing, enhanced by technology
Right.
sport.
Yes.
You know, it's so hard.
Yeah.
What do you do in 90 minutes in
Right.
a no stoppage game? Do you pull out a video replay booth? And they've
they have
been
for certain plays, right?
yeah, in the MLS, I think they've started experimenting there, and it showed some benefits and it's shown some weaknesses. But that's something to expect with anything that you experiment, right?
Yeah.
But it's good to see that they're trying it out at least, to see where it could benefit in the game of soccer.
So which plays do they allow for video reviewing in the MLS?
Yeah, so it's red card, like any offense that could have been a red card.
Okay, that's fair.
PKs,
Okay.
and red cards. Anything they haven't seen, that's a controversial, like has a big impact
No.
on the game.
So what about offside?
Offside, yes,
You
is
can. Okay.
replayed. Yeah.
And then I know they had a few years ago. They also had the one where to make sure the ball had crossed the goal
The goal line
right? 'Cause
technology, they have that as well. Yeah.
that's. I think that's been a couple of years. Though,
Yeah,
'cause
I think that's in almost every league at least
Okay.
now. Yeah. Yeah.
Nahor called in on the foul there on Graham. Yeah, I think referee talking to Nick Graham said, you know, it was a little bit of a soft call, and I think he's probably saying, look, don't enhance it. Let me make if it's a foul, it's a foul. I'll call it. Don't worry about it. I don't need you on the turf. Again, Bouchard with that nice long
Ooh.
kick and dangerously played, and I think, yeah, a little discussion there with goalkeeper
Yeah.
McHugh and Matt Belanger. Let's make sure we're on the same wavelength.
Exactly. Yeah. Another great ball put in though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is right in his wheelhouse.
Mhm.
Anywhere from around the 40,
Mhm.
45, it looks like Seb Bouchard is just, he's deadly from there. You'd like to be running onto a ball that he's playing up there.
No, for sure, for sure.
So Notre Dame on the corner kick going with a very strict out attack here. Nobody inside really much beyond the 20 at the point of kick. They move in quickly and it's cleared out by the Cardinals. Only one player up. He'll get some support coming up.
Oh, nice move.
Very nice. Jacob Kruk showing some speed going to the outside. It's got Colburn chasing him down. Or Mikic, rather. Sorry, Rossini. My bad. Nahor. Scott Jordan there. Thought he might give it to him and let him strike it from there. We know Jack Jordan can kick easily.
Yeah, he loves letting it go from 30, 40
Oh, exactly.
when he has a chance to.
Yeah, that's not outside of his range at all. Yui Duhai gets tied up over on the far side with number 6. That's Malcolm Sheehan. And this is Belanger on the run for Notre Dame. It's called on the foul. Must have been a tug on the
jersey,
on
yeah.
the jersey?
Yeah. See, I love that La Sorsa can come back and support, but the problem is the formation doesn't suit his style of play.
Right.
He's quick one there.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
And nice save by Roberts. Sorry, you were yeah, with the formation.
Yeah, he's the lone guy up there. So as soon as he comes back and he wins the ball, he has no one to play it to.
Yeah.
Because that's his spot, right? If they play something like a 4-4-2, right now it looks like a 4-5-1-ish
Yeah.
kind of. It would suit him a lot better, so he can come back and not be the only guy.
And unfortunately, when you're playing in a shortened season as this, if you're doing this with a team that you're practicing all summer long, you could maybe do an overlap of some sort. So the instructions being, okay, maybe one of my wingers makes a run up or goes up when as soon as I see La Sorsa come back, I now, we just kind of flip-flop momentarily.
Exactly.
Knowing that he's going to come up and support. You see it in hockey occasionally with an undersized center.
Right.
Sometimes they'll allow the winger, if he's first back in the zone, to say, look, you basically take defensive responsibilities
Right.
my big center would, and we'll have the center stay up closer to the defenseman, higher up in the zone. But you're just adjusting to it. A little bit harder to do when you're only dealing with, about 3 weeks of practice time.
Exactly.
Zalai catches Graham. I think he got him. Looked like it probably was just the hand that kind of flew up a little bit on him. I don't think it was the elbow. Almost like a poke in the eye. And that brings our first half to an end. So Nick Graham will get a chance to go off and attend to his eye a little bit. And we will be back with second half action in just a few moments. Well, they didn't take much of a break there.
Right away.
Boy, we were, this is, people have to, I got to explain to the referee exactly how popular you are, because it was a never-ending stream of high school, it was sort of a who's who of high school athletes coming over they just wanted a few minutes to talk with Alex. And before you know it, I look up and the game's underway. So, I mean, you got to give some shout-outs. A couple of props to St. Ben's kids, right?
Yeah. We had Brett Melanson,
So
baseball player, going to Okanagan next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had Christina Rorson from
Yeah.
St. Charles. She's been playing chill volleyball all her life. Very
Forever.
talented volleyball player.
Yeah.
And we had Gabriella Alves come talk to me. Just won a city championship
Absolutely.
playing for St. Charles. So congrats to her. All three great people. And
Yes. Should have asked Gabby why, how come she's not out there doing penalty kicks? So
yeah, no
what's up with
kidding.
that? They let Sid Turcotte take kicks, and she's a defender.
Yeah, I know.
So. And you think, Gabriella Alves.
Veteran.
Well, and it sounds so soccer-like,
Yeah, exactly.
right? I that's how I see. If I was coaching, I'd just pick by the name. I just kind of go along and say, okay, Alex Orsini, yeah, you're in there. Although this year, maybe not. With our friends they're not playing in the World Cup, are they? Here,
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one.
It
That's
just
a
won't
tough
be.
one.
You know what? It won't be the same.
Well, I mean, I took a look at the countries that are in it, and I mean, you got Senegal's there. There's a bunch of countries I've never heard of. So I'm cheering for Iceland. That's it. I'm done. They made it far in the Euro Cup, and
Yeah,
I want them
yeah.
to win the World Cup. Enough's enough.
Yeah, I can go for that. I would be fine. I think, the fact that who was it? Was it Liechtenstein that eliminated Italy in the play? Was that country that has 102 people in it or something?
Albania. They tied, and then they lost to Sweden, a game they had to win to move on, and obviously they didn't win, and they're out of the World Cup.
And Albania does have a soccer pitch somewhere in the country.
Yes,
right?
they do.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
yep,
So
yep.
this isn't like they weren't playing for the first time ever.
Nope.
I'm picking on Alex. That's not very fair. That ball sails up and over the end.
But that just means it's time for a change in
Yeah.
the face of Italy soccer. You got the vets. You had Chiellini. You had Buffon in net. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's time for a change and a new coach. They needed a new coach.
And so where do we send off if we want to start a campaign locally that it should be Alex Tremino coaching the Italian national team?
Well, we're going to make a website, www.alextremino for Italian coach.
There, okay,
That's what
there
we'll
you
do,
heard it here
.com.
first, folks. This is the place to come for breaking news action. Alex Tremino, your next World Cup coach for Italy.
Maybe Canada. I wouldn't mind coaching Canada either. I'd love to cheer for Canada if they could ever make a World Cup. That'd be amazing.
Well, now, so is this a good move with them bringing over the former women's coach?
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
John Herdman is a fantastic coach. I think he came by surprise for most women players, especially Christine Sinclair.
Right.
She put out a tweet as soon as it happened saying, wow, can't believe that just happened. So, but I hope he does wonders for the Canadian team, and I have high hopes. And it also means a lot that the World Cup after Qatar in 2026, they'll be coming to Canada for a few games in the preliminary stages. So that's awesome to see. You got to grow the game of soccer. It's not even close to as equally as funded as hockey or recognized, right? So any way you can grow it and bring in the World Cup is just the right way to do that.
So, quick question for you then, because you're obviously a huge soccer guy, Alex. The coach. So the challenge for Herdman, moving from a women's game to men's game. I mean, is it as simple to say as soccer is soccer, or is he going to have to, deal with a certain amount of adjusting?
It's totally different. The formation, everything, the style of play is different because when he was with Canada, he had Christine Sinclair. He had someone to rely on to score goals, and the men's team doesn't really have a player like that. But he's got some good pieces. He's got Alphonso Davies. He's a 18-year-old young stud that's going to be playing for Canada, and he's going to develop him. And they're two totally different games. But he'll be just fine. He's a great coach.
And if you had to, so one last question then on the World, on back to the World Cup one for a second. You're going to cheer for Iceland, but if I asked you to put money on it, who would your bet be on?
Germany.
Germany's
going to win. They'll win again. I mean, they're.
Oh, nice save there, and it's in the rebound. There we go. We asked for a goal at halftime, and we get one. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Jacob Kruk on that one.
Jacob Kruk banged home the rebound. A nice cross there from Martel, just off the hands of Roberts, and. On the Johnny on the doorstep right there, bang, and it's 1-0 St. Charles.
Big goal there by Kruk. First one of the game, and that's we're 5 minutes into the second half, so we know, unlike the girls' game, we are at very least, we've got scoring before we hit the final, the 90-minute or 80-minute mark. I guess they playing 45s for this one?
I believe it's just 40s.
40 still. Okay, so they stay consistent with
Yeah.
So I saw referee Greg Cragen coming over. I thought he was going to come over and report the goal to us. That's 4 from 9, and I had it down already. I'm in my element picking up those assists in here. If they give anybody a penalty, I'll know exactly what I'm doing. Crossover step there by La Sorsa, looking to go counter back opposite direction. Couldn't quite get enough on that. Yeah, Alex fighting off the tent caterpillars here.
Ridiculous.
They're going to take your chair and walk away with it.
No kidding. Unbelievable.
But what was you were saying I got to be careful. They like to crawl up the leg.
Yeah, I had one coming up me during the broadcast.
Silly, if you didn't have like 4 feet of hair on your legs, you silly Italian.
No kidding.
Jeez, that gives them they could nest in there.
Yeah, they think I'm a tree trunk.
Yeah, well, your legs, they are. That's soccer. Years of soccer experience. For those of you just tuning in and wondering who these two strange people are that they've given microphones to, this is Eastlink's Game of the Week. I'm Randy Pascal, and my pleasure of being joined once again by Alex Tremino, helping me out with color commentary. Alex, a graduating St. Benedict senior this year, and then off to Laurentian University, start work in the sports administration program as our first card of in the last 2 games actually. Called on St. Charles. That's Arnaud, got tangled up in the feet of number 17, Seb Bouchard. So he's going to have to take a brief rest on the bench. So we were talking about Bouchard's kicks earlier from about between the 40 and the 50. What do you think from here? So now he's got a 60-yarder or a 70-yarder. That might be a little bit too much to ask.
Yeah, he'll still be looking to play it. Watch him try and bounce that one around the top of the 18 for La Sorsa to run onto.
Good call. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, good. Almost exactly at the 18.
Yeah, but he can. Yeah, that's a foul for sure.
Yeah, right on the back there. Callum Rock taken down by Caleb Mickett. And it's Galamulame.
Talk about another strong leg too.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't matter whether it's a football or a soccer ball for him. He's going to heave it quite a long way.
Yeah. Big congrats to him. He's going off to UFT for football,
Yes.
if I'm correct. Yeah.
Martel looks like he might be favoring his hip just a little bit.
Yeah, he's been battling injury for most of the season.
Looks like he's banged up.
Yeah. Watch if they're gonna look to score one more quick, and
Get
pull
him
him
out
off,
of there.
get some rest. Yeah, exactly.
That would make a lot of sense.
They still have NASA to play for, right, too?
Yeah, exactly.
Both teams are guaranteed NASA.
Yeah.
C&D's going to take single A, and St. Charles will take double.
Now, and that reminds me, I forgot to ask Coach Christy Hebert after the girls' game. Okay, I missed that completely. Turned around for a second, and Notre Dame ties things up.
Yeah, that was Keenan Rock. I believe it was off a throw-in, just off a couple feet, and he picked it up and banged it home in the bottom right corner. We got a tie ball game.
They answered quickly.
That was huge. They needed to answer quick.
Wow.
What a great response. They needed that big time.
Keenan Rock tying things up. So 1-1. Yeah, the question was going to be with the girls' game, we were trying to figure out if they were going to wait till after the game to declare. And with both schools being AA schools, that we thought, okay, well, because you could see that one going either way.
Right, for sure.
That by all accounts, Chippewa has the strongest other Northern Ontario team. And so they're AA, and so you might want to, if you're St. Charles, you might want to choose the AAA route as a better option. Although I guess then when you get to OFSA, you're probably playing a tougher competition anyway.
Yeah,
so
exactly. That's
6 of one, half dozen the other, right?
for sure, exactly. And that's what the St. Ben's boys team's faced with playing AAA NASA in the Sioux on Friday.
Yeah. And what's the general feeling around the team heading there?
They're optimistic. They're ready to go. It was a tough way to go out.
Played a good game against St. Charles by all accounts.
Yeah, they played hard. They played their hearts out. I'm proud of them for sure. They're a great
loss, right?
Yeah, they're a great group of kids, and I think they're really excited to head down and shock St. Mary's.
So this is Jack Jordan now. He's got it around the 20. See if last time he kind of looped it a little bit.
This is prime time, Jack Jordan right here.
Yeah, and looks far corner, and Okay, so first one was off the main crossbar, second one off the field goal crossbar. So that one's ruled out of play.
That was hit perfectly.
Yeah, Jordan, well-placed ball on that, just outside of the stretch of goaltender Sean Roberts. Really not much else he could do on that one.
Yeah.
Maybe put it a little bit more towards the corner, possibly, but outside of that, pretty well struck for Jordan on that. He won't be happy about it, but
Lots more to come. Lots more to come.
Yeah.
Especially in a 1-1 game so far.
good kick there by Notre Dame, but it's Jordan getting to that one unchallenged. Played the header. Graham
Nice ball.
looking in the direction of Tubin, sliding over to the middle was Vanderplum. Foul is called as taken down there is Arnaud. Looks like it's going to be Galamulame.
This is interesting. They're lining up on the 30 here.
Okay.
Giving a little more room to run. Not a
Yeah.
bad idea, unless CND's trying to offside trap here.
Which is possible. Yeah, interesting. I was a little bit surprised. Played right into the basically
Yep.
the length of the line. I thought Galamulame might
Lofted
try
over them,
exactly,
yeah.
and then see what happens from there. Because there's, like you said, all sorts of room between where the line was set up and where goaltender Sean Roberts was. Goal kick is awarded to Notre Dame. So while we have had scoring, it didn't take long for this one to become deadlocked. If you're just tuning in, it's the Senior Boys Open Premier Final, high school final, here on Eastlink TV. No score at half between St. Charles and Notre Dame, but then early in the second half, Jacob Kruk burying a rebound to open things up for St. Charles, and less than 5 minutes later, it was Keenan Rocca off a throw-in, burying it at the other end of the pitch, pulling Notre Dame dead even.
Yeah, we're going to be in for quite the finish, I think.
Roberts has that one kind of slide off the side of his foot a little bit. Fortuitous bounce. This is Rocca. He's got a little bit of room, not a lot, as Belanger comes back in a hurry, but that's going to be corner kick for the Alouettes.
He's had quite the game, Rocca. You know what? He's played most of the game, and he's been all over the place, and he's causing havoc, and that's exactly what you want from a player at the top, right? So
Well, especially with, as you said, with Noah Lasorsa nursing the
coming
injury.
on and off, yeah.
Yeah, and they've been able to spell Lasorsa a little bit, and part of the reason they're able to is that Rocca can slide in
Yeah.
and still give you some, a threat up top.
And he was rewarded with the goal after
Yeah.
all that hard work. So props to
See
him.
here. This is a corner kick. See if Notre Dame has it in them again to do something off a set play.
Nice job, my
Yeah.
McHugh, to come out and grab that.
Yeah. Well trapped. Handball's called on Notre Dame. James Colburn stepping in front of that one, slid up a little bit on his arm, and so referee signals it over to St. Charles, right on the midfield stripe. Galamulame. The long kick.
That's the ball he was
Yeah,
looking for.
Yeah, to Arnaud. Arnaud, see if he can control it. No, it went out. Just a touch too deep. And the turf bounce there. If you're playing that on grass, maybe the ball deadens enough.
A little more give.
St. Charles looking to make a substitution, and this is the one that we thought might happen if they had the lead.
Oh, he's
Aiden
nursing
Martel-
that, yeah.
Yeah, you can just, the hip is really bothering Aiden Martel. I'm assuming it's hip. It's just, I'm kind of looking
Looks
on the
like it,
body
yeah,
language, yeah.
Ooh.
A little back and forth there through the middle. Finally knocked up by St. Charles. Goaltender Roberts. Out to Matthew Gatto. It bounces up and over his head, but kicked out by St. Charles. So it'll be throw in for the Alouettes. Mentioning that Notre Dame looking to redeem a little bit from last year as that ball's played through. St. Charles is looking to make it 3 straight city championships. They beat, last year beat Sacré-Cœur in the final. I'm thinking the year before may have beaten St. Ben's. I may be wrong.
They beat St. Ben's in the semis the year before.
Okay.
I can't quite remember who they beat in that
Final
final. I want
Lockerbie?
to. I want to say I feel like it was Llewellyn. I'm not.
Possible.
I'm not quite sure. I
I'd
can't
have to go
remember.
back through my records. So we're talking the 2016.
Yeah. I got the advantage.
Yeah, and then now he's going to call it. Yeah.
That's a good call.
And he's going to talk to him. He's going to card him on that one, I think. No, he's faking the card. Graham called on the foul there. I think he had the original foul, and then it was
Yeah.
a push at the end that the referee didn't really appreciate. Scalamulame.
Oh, that's a good ball.
Yeah, that's a nice long one. That's what he wanted. And there's traffic.
Oh.
Looking for the scissor kick off his back. I think that's Adam Zalay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a perfect ball. I was thinking, they keep lining up at the 30. I wonder what the outcome would be if they push that line back to the 18. See if Jewett can throw it in a bigger mixer.
Goal kick, St. Charles. Or, sorry, Notre Dame, rather. Just a beautiful evening for soccer. Yeah, the wind is completely died. Yeah, both, I'm looking now, both flags over at Science North, rather, and the one in the corner here, they are not moving. Just a touch at one end, but at the other end of the pitch, not really moving at all.
Perfect.
Yeah, beautiful night for soccer. It's actually been a absolutely gorgeous month of May. Really cannot complain at all after a god-awful month of April.
I think we were rewarded for sticking it through. I mean, snow in late April. Never. I mean, a snow day in May. Like, come on. You know what I mean? It's thank God it's nice now. It's beautiful. We're gonna have a good summer.
Yeah. Here's crossing fingers. Lots of soccer action, I'm sure.
We've
still got a little bit more to bring you on Eastlink TV. We've got no broadcast next week, but the following week we are back with some Division 2 action, which will be some different teams we haven't seen up to this point, which will be kind of fun to do. Be a little bit more scrappy soccer, perhaps. Won't be probably quite as refined, but that's no less interesting if you've got two well-matched teams.
For sure.
Yeah, those 10 Caterpillars, they like you more than they like me.
Yeah, I know. I think you're right about the hairy leg predicament I got going on here.
Goal kick, played off to this side. Rossini, the long kick. Got La Sorsa back in on the run, so he'll give them a few more minutes, see what he can get out of Noah La Sorsa at the top of the formation for Notre Dame. A little bit of a high ball there by
Nice play.
Huey Duhai, but no call by the official. Matt Belanche steps around Rocca, but loses possession. St. Charles, this ball's just going to be cleared out of bounds and up and over the fence. Good crowd on hand.
Yes, great crowd.
Yeah, I
for
suppose.
a city final.
Yeah, well, given such perfect conditions, probably.
For sure.
Fans don't mind sitting through this at all. Graham looks in towards La Sorsa. La Sorsa challenged there briefly by Nick Doucette. And coming across to help out on the back line, that's Galamulame. Up to Nahor. Lots of room here. Jordan's got room on this side. He cuts in.
He's going to let go.
He's got Graham chasing him. Didn't quite get enough on that one. And again, goaltender kick, and it's Jack Jordan at the receiving end. Doesn't waste a lot of time to get himself back into position, does he? Arnaud tried the scissor kick. Wasn't quite as graceful as some of the ones we've seen on television replays. Looks on the cross. He's got to play there. And, oh, St. Charles, a glorious opportunity there. Well played cross by Uwe High, just unable. Nobody on the receiving end that could kind of get enough control to bury it in the back of the net.
See,
another cross coming at it from the opposite side. Zalai, you're gonna have to watch the offside here. And it goes off a defender right to keeper Sean Roberts. Tubin tried to play it up to either himself or middle.
Yeah, C&D's got to move another striker up top. La Source is starting to exert all his energy. They need someone to support him.
Yeah.
If they want to keep him around for most of the game, I mean, the ball just gets to him and he has no support and he's losing it. And that's why St. Charles has controlled the past 7 minutes of this half. They gotta change it up a little bit, get some support for La Sorsa.
Well, you know, I'd be interesting to see if they would. I mean, you could throw Rock up there, which we've seen some success with Keenan Rock up front.
Yep.
The other option, and I don't know, Noah La Sorsa's background positionally well enough. I know him as a soccer player, but not enough to know whether he's played other positions. Is there anywhere else you could throw him? Could you put him? His midfield would be even more demanding in terms of trying to limit the amount of running he does.
Yeah, no, the perfect thing, I think they play like a 4-4-2, but the two strikers play staggered, so he'd play underneath, and Rocca would play at the top spot, so they can play balls off his head, and he can lay it off to Rocca, who can cause havoc.
Well, because then the speed factor becomes in.
Well, exactly.
That La Sorsa just can't give him right now.
Yeah, that'd be my suggestion, but.
Yeah. Well, he gives you that, in the words of some of the Laurentian, I'm trying to remember which one. It might have been Robbie Gallo. We see a chance here for Tubin on that one. Rob Gallo, that it's nice to have a ball winner in the middle of the field.
Yeah, well, exactly.
So somebody that can go toe to toe, and certainly Noah can. He's got the physicality to go with it. He's got the hand-eye and the foot skills to be able to do something with it. So
yeah, he's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen in this game, and he loves the game, and he's got a great attitude. He's a great leader. Just got to fit that formation to him.
Yeah. St. Charles now. Doucette inside to Nahor. Played off his left foot, didn't make it all the way through to his intended target. And Rocca with a through ball. Looking in the direction of La Sorsa, but he's well marked there.
Well, for sure they're swarming him. They know who he is. They've done their homework.
Yeah.
That's why I really commend St. Charles for putting Martel on the outside, letting him cut in, first of all, and using his speed down the wing. And he's got players to work with, too, with Arnaud and Jack Jordan in the middle. So I really commend them for that because it works right to his strengths.
Yeah. Speaking of Aiden Martel, now back in the game for St. Charles.
Yeah, not much is going to keep him out of this game.
Just enough of a rest there to kind of ease the pressure on the ailing joint.
Yeah.
And try to milk the remaining 15 minutes or so of regulation time, see if he can get a goal either out of Aiden Martel or if he can work with some teammates towards setting one up. Shane Poitras also in the game for St. Charles, wearing number 19. Jordan battling with Tubin. Plays it to Poitras. He loses it. Jordan hits the turf. And this is Graham. Graham's got some help on this side. Fakes the pass. Comes back in towards the middle. Taken away there. Playing it in as Mikic. To La Sorsa. La Sorsa.
Nice ball.
Very nice ball.
Oh.
Yeah. That was to Nicholas Rumford. As La Sorsa again gets up slowly and I thought he was he was just high-fiving or high-tenning, I guess, double-handed. I thought he was looking over and he was signaling for the substitution to his coach, but no, not at this point.
Yeah, not with 15 left in a city championship that's tied, knotted up at 1.
Yeah.
Especially in your last year, too.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. That ball is cleared briefly, high up in the air by St. Charles. Rossini for Notre Dame. Took it wide on Doucette, or on oh, we don't have a number 20. I think it might be.
For St. Charles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Griffin Simpson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
Is he? Oh, see, he's not on this lineup. That's why I have you around. Later on, we're going to have Alex try to identify every single student that's in the stands here.
I bet you I could get through a
You get a bunch
good
of them,
chunk,
wouldn't
a good chunk, yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. See, I couldn't recognize them. I would be far more likely to know the names.
Right, for sure.
So Brett Melanson that came by early, recognized Brent, would not have recognized Christina Rorison, would know her by name right away. So.
Nice turn.
Graham, yeah, takes the pass. Challenge there by Simpson. That's to Jordan. He's not that far off the distance that he can let go from. Foul is called there.
Let's see what he'll do here. I wonder if he'll have a goal. This is on his
it's
offside
35.
here.
Yeah, 35. But the distance is about right.
Yeah, he drove that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Just need a little more juice on that one. Would have had a better chance.
Yeah. Yeah, it had nice height on it. It cleared that line easily. Shot by Jack Jordan on that one. See a good battle up there at the far end. It's like Vanderplum and La Sorsa. La Sorsa looking for the pass from Graham. Didn't make it through. And stepping in front of his goaltender is Galamulame. Gets it up to Yui Duhai. He was hoping Martel was going to go. He did not. Substitution again, so they do ease things up for Noah La Sorsa. Again, part of this might be thinking that they may have some overtime minutes that they want to try and get him into.
Exactly.
Yeah, by our count, it can't be that much time left now.
Yeah.
We've got it at about 20 to 8. As soft shot there, taken easily by Roberts. Keep an eye on referee and see if he's checking the watch. We know it's close. Jordan takes that ball down to Nahor. Or Arnaud, sorry. Back to, thought he was going to try and get it over. Arnaud. Notre Dame doing a nice job of having numbers back there.
Yes, yeah. They've been notorious for that throughout their years of soccer.
Graham couldn't get by Simpson there. Up to Martel.
See what he can do.
Ball goes off a player, so a little bit of a tricky shot there, handled nicely by Roberts. That one, Martel coming at it from the opposite angle, though, where he's used to going from the outside from his left to right, this time coming at it from right to left.
That's showing off his versatility right there. That change it up. That's always good to have. Got to be as unpredictable as possible.
No clear possession here. Finally, St. Charles does come up with it, and that shot goes up and over the soccer and football crossbar. We may be working some overtime, Mr. Chimino.
Yeah.
Again. I obviously haven't been very nice to people. Back-to-back games here where it looks like overtime is imminent. Of course, for those that may have missed the earlier broadcast, the St. Charles girls set the tone. They ended up picking up a city championship banner thanks to a 1-0 win in a shootout over the LaSalle Lancers. St. Charles boys now trying to keep pace with the girls.
Go for a three-peat as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That was interesting. Sean Roberts trying to kill as much time as possible, forcing the St. Charles player to come in and challenge, and he waited so long that Aristide Uiduhai decided, okay, well, I'm going to take a shot at the ball as long as you're going to leave it exposed, and referee Greg Cragen decided there was fair game at that point. As we have a foul called, it's either a foul or a throw-in, I'm not sure which. Called down in that far corner. So Notre Dame with one more chance here as regulation time winding down. Try and create something. Graham. Nick Graham. Looking inside. He's covered there by Jack Jordan. Steps inside of Jordan, and the ball taken away momentarily, and it goes off the Notre Dame player, so it'll be St. Charles throwing. Martel leaves it for Simpson. So to Martel. And, oh boy, yeah, he won't be able to stay in much longer at all. And it is definitely him. St. Charles. Uiduhai. They've got Notre Dame trapped over. They're going to have the throw in for St. Charles. Good job there. Stepping in front of that one was... I was thinking it was Branconier, but I don't think it is actually. That was there. It was Branconier on the throw-in shortly thereafter. Jordan takes a pass from his teammate, brings it down, looks for support. Tapped away from him by Branconier, and it's going to be St. Charles throw-in again, right in front of their own bench. Nahor has, boy, the pace has really slowed down here.
Yes, yeah. Both teams looking fatigued near the end of this game.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see how they attack the overtime session if that's the case. Then
For sure.
I get the feeling that Notre Dame seems more likely to play for the tie, similar to LaSalle. Perhaps not quite as defensive as the LaSalle girls. Oh, nice play there. Uiduhai with the opportunity. Great shot on the inside. Made a nice one-on-one play, but unfortunately did not get the ball where he wanted to on the shot. Pretty much right into the chest of Sean Roberts. Jordan sidesteps Tubin. And left-footed kick. Ball is challenged there. Jordan tried to play up to Martel. Defending was Rossini. Graham slows things down for a second. Got Simpson on him.
See here, it looks like Belange's going to take this one. Let's see what they can do here. that was served in the other direction, a little more to the left, that would have been
Yeah.
perfect.
St. Charles cuts off the pass towards the middle. Comes out to Simpson. Simpson to Martel. He's got one-on-one, a little bit of room there with Rossini. Not much to work with. And he plays it over to his left foot. Goes with the cross. Contact there. No call, but Notre Dame coming out with it.
Oh, nice play.
Very nice. That was little brother.
Yeah.
Bowie Galamulame getting some field time here over on the left fullback position. Arnaud. One-on-one with Tubin.
Oh, Martel's down over here on the right here.
Yeah, he's no go, it looks like. Yeah, his last, there we go. That ball is kicked out. Okay, I thought St. Charles making a substitution, but it's not for Martel, which is kind of, yeah, here, I think they are now. I believe they're going to try and get him off on this side, I would think. That's what I'm thinking anyways. He's going to come off on this side. Or maybe he's going to try and tough it out and stay on.
Oh, well, no subs and he's staying on. Wow.
Throw in St. Charles. Oh. Is that, oh, sorry. I thought I heard a whistle there. Usually it's that double whistle,
yeah.
Usually it'll be a lot more firm than that, though.
Oh, this is trouble.
Yeah.
Handled.
La Sorsa back in for the final few minutes. Ball is kicked up to La Sorsa, and he loses it. Jordan. There it is.
Off the extra time we go.
Absolutely. Tied at 1-1. So if you're just tuning in, this is the senior boys open soccer final, high school soccer final, St. Charles and Notre Dame. St. Charles, no score at halftime. St. Charles opened up the scoring early in the second half. Jacob Kruk burying a rebound in tight to the keeper. But Keenan Rocca, less than 5 minutes later, got it right back for Notre Dame. So we are tied at the half, or at the end of regulation, 1-1. And for the second straight game, we're going to go to overtime.
Yeah, we're in for a good end here, ladies and gents.
Now, do you see much in the way of any kind of a strategic change for either team now that overtime is upon us?
Well, I think if there's no score after the first extra time and you're nearing the end, you're gonna see all the big guns come out and stick it out there. Martel will probably sit a little bit for the first, and then he'll come out for PKs if need be. If I'm Notre Dame, like I've been saying it all game, I would go to a 4-4-2, alleviate some work for La Sorsa and let him do his thing up top. Yeah. But again, I'm sitting here. I'm not feeding information down to the coaches, so we're gonna have to wait and see.
So there's a couple of things to watch for. Are they getting sneaking inside your shoes too?
Yeah, I don't know. They're all over, all over. Unbelievable.
inquiring about the overtime rules here. And we've gotten to know those ones pretty well over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'd have to do a quick count. Number of games that have gone into overtime in the playoffs, because obviously it's the only time it applies.
Right.
There has to be, my God, it's got to be 6 or 7 now already. So the 2 today for sure. The LaSalle game over Llewellyn girls in the semifinal. The one of the St. Charles games the other day, right? I can't remember which one. One of the 2 3-2 games went into overtime.
Right.
Confed and Notre Dame girls went overtime.
Wow.
So, yeah. So a ton of parity this year, which has been a lot of fun in terms of coverage.
For sure. Well, this is where it all comes down to. This is what you've played for all year. You're going to have to find an extra gear. These guys are going to have to dig deep, find that extra gear, and find a way to win. You worked so hard to come to this point now. It's time to dig deep, find that extra gas in the tank, and find a way to win. You can tell both teams really want it bad. Really, really want it bad.
It's always interesting to see at this stage, because while you're looking to create something to give your team an advantage to score that goal that would matter so much, the flip side of that is you do not want to expose yourself to any undue defensive lapses. So you don't want to be so aggressive with it that you then have to worry about everything at the other end. And you are bang on. It looks like Martel out of the game temporarily, or at least for now. So Callum Rock at the top of the formation with Kruk.
Yeah, I think they just moved Martel to
there he
an
is.
easier
Sorry,
role.
you're right.
Yeah,
He's over on this side, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to play on this left side. His alleviates some work for him and let him do his thing when he gets to the near that 18 cut in and bang one home. Takes a lot of guts to play through an injury like that. I commend him for that. That's why he's got that captain band on, right? So.
Yeah. Foul call. Look, it might have been a handball.
So it's 2 10s and then we go to a PK?
Correct.
Right, okay.
Ball is kicked in towards the middle, in towards the box, and cleared away easily. Lasorsa for Notre Dame. Tries to send Rocca. Chasing it down on this side is number 6. That's Malcolm Sheehan.
That's a good spot to put it right there.
Yeah. You've got them. You've got St. Charles at least temporarily trapped in the corner. Galamulame with the throw in.
Heads up.
Yeah. And goes off the side of his foot, I think. Yeah. So it is the Notre Dame throw in. Didn't think it. Wasn't sure if it had hit the defender for Notre Dame, but apparently not. Berdon Cognier with the toss. Nice long throw into the box. Lots of traffic there. Ball is bouncing around. And, rebound comes back. And it's still loose.
Wow.
Few chances there. It's still in there. Lasorsa with the left foot goes off a defender. So a couple of attempts for Notre Dame in the box. St. Charles. Good job there.
I can't believe they didn't put that one home. Wow, that's crazy. Craziness.
Had a couple of shots at it. A lot of bodies in there, though. Trying to put it through 3 or 4. Hustling after that one is Keenan Rocca. Got it as far as the last line of defense for St. Charles. They were able to clear it. So you see the next troops that are soccer troops that are going on right after this game, ready for their practice. Martel plays it back to Galamulame. Looks inside in the direction of Brock, but would have had to go through a couple of bodies there to get to him. This ball is played up the other way. Now La Sorsa chasing hard after it and kicked. It's in. Noah La Sorsa outraced the goaltender to it. Scores the goal. Nice play by La Sorsa. Got a great foot on that. So Notre Dame in overtime, taking the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, nice play there by La Sorsa. Hustled down there, and he's been looking for that one all game. He's been due for one, and rightfully so. He'll come off with a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, now they'll rest him. They can kind of focus on a defensive formation. Oh, excuse me. Maybe I'm allergic to tent caterpillars. So St. Charles is going to have to find a way to do exactly what Notre Dame did a little while ago. Battling back from a quick goal. As we see. Looks like it was Arnaud that was down. Oh, a little bit of blood on the turf, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Looks like Martel came off too. He's sitting on the bench. Yeah.
So we're about, I'm guessing, probably about midway through the first 10-minute overtime session, and that was Noah La Sorsa giving Notre Dame a 2-1 lead. Obviously, if you haven't already been made aware, it's not sudden death overtime. It's not golden goal. They are going to play through. So that means they've still got about 15 minutes for St. Charles to try and even the score.
Yeah, it's going to be very defensive play now from CND. They're going to lock it down, try and get every man behind the ball, and as soon as they get that, heave it down the field and trap it in the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like, I think it's Arnaud, and he's not doing well. I don't know if it's injury with Arnaud or if it might be, they were thinking it might be dehydration perhaps. They're just trying to get him some water. The other option is it may be, may have been contact with the head. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I'm wondering about is almost, almost seems a little lightheaded. Which if he was hit at some point or took a ball off the head. I don't remember seeing it, but so St. Charles now looking to pull even here. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Notre Dame throw. Yeah, if you're Notre Dame, you don't want to completely forego any offense. Obviously, if you get another one, you pretty well ice the game.
Just look to control the game and slow the pace.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're going to look for. And conversely, St. Charles is going to have to go here.
Mickett. Kick goes towards the middle, and that ball up and over the net. St. Charles with the goal kick. Galamulame. Long kick. Notre Dame content to just control the pace. Rocca. Tried one extra move there, proved costly, but hustling to get it right back. likely knew that didn't want to give up possession if he could avoid it. Nahor looks for the through ball to Kruk. Bronkanye on him. Plays that off his thigh. Out of bounds. He's okay with that. Just making sure they've got everybody accounted for. Again, cleared. This is Gallimulame. Bonkamina to his brother. Bowie inside to Kruk. Tried the spin. And it's cleared. Facing it down, Nicholas Rumford for Notre Dame. St. Charles hustling back, number 12, Matty Belanger. Tubin to Rumford. Rumford sidesteps one defender and it rolls in safely to Cam McHugh. Ball is shouldered there, or chested, if you will, by Malcolm Sheehan. St. Charles will try to counter. Huey Duhai. Foul is called there on Huey Duhai. So it's going to be St. Charles. Referee tried to play advantage, but once St. Charles lost possession, hand it over, so they're going to let...
Looks like Jordan wants this one.
Yeah.
Let's see, he'll take it. This one might as well just go right on net.
Yeah, he's 47 yards out, and he does exactly that. Didn't miss by much. You put that ball so right into the hands of the keeper. You put that one maybe another 2 feet higher.
Might have fooled them.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of room to work with there. I mean, in fairness, Sean Roberts would be, I'm just guessing what height is, probably 5'11", 6 feet, something like that. And so, you know, with fully extended arms, there's not much, even if he doesn't have any vertical at all, it doesn't give you a whole lot of room above his hands. You pretty well have to hope that maybe he's playing maybe a little bit too deep on the line.
Yeah.
Gets his hands mixed up with the crossbar and it slides over. You've drifted towards maybe the corner post and the post scares him off a little bit. So you're a former keeper?
But in the mini fields, I was a keeper. Yeah. If we want to track that far back, yeah.
So I played a little bit in that one summer in the Old Timers League out in the Valley, and I found that was one of the things. As the ball comes towards the middle, and nice job there to get a foot on it. St. Charles clears it out. Always found any ball that was directed towards the post was a tough one to handle because your natural instinct was you were slowing up. I mean, you didn't. There was no way you were running full tilt. Now, maybe that was because it was also not competitive whatsoever, right? But I got to believe even competitive goalkeepers are saying, "Look, I'm not running my head into that post."
No, for sure. They know their surroundings.
Yeah. Throw in for Notre Dame. Up to Rumford. Rumford's got. He knew he had help, just didn't quite get the ball far enough over to Tubin. So that brings to an end our first overtime section. Not sure, we noticed in the girls' game, generally, the last, when they played the semifinal game, they basically did not have any kind of a break at all. They just had the team switch ends, which I think is supposed to be the ruling, but it looks like he's going to give them at least a minute or so here.
Yeah, they'll get a little tiny smidge of a break.
So we are halfway through the overtime section. Notre Dame now holding on to a 2-1 lead. Looking to deny St. Charles not only the three-peat, but the three-team sweep as well.
Yep. It might be a sea of red if St. Charles can come back here.
And if not, it'll be a little bit of red and blue. Just a tinge of Notre Dame Alouette mixed in with the Cardinal. But the birds are flying. Either Cardinals or Alouettes, one of those. We needed some Eagles.
Yeah.
Horizon. This bodes well for Horizon in the Division 2 ranks there. The Eagle, of course, is Eagles. I'm just trying to think now. Let's go around. No, Vikings, they're definitely not birds. Knights, no. Not that, no. Any crow? No crows.
No.
No albatrosses. Seagulls. In this booth, we got it covered too.
Yeah, we're good.
The dodo birds. That should be our. That would be the nickname on our T-shirts. And people listening might just agree. Reminder: you're tuned in to Eastlink High School Game of the Week. This is the boys' premier final. We are heading into the second 10-minute overtime session.
I was just looking back, trying to figure out what that 2016 final was. I believe it was Lockerbie that made that final. So,
So Notre Dame opting to go. They still have 4 at the back, and they keep another. They're playing, a couple of guys just in front of that last line as well. So they're not taking any chances at all of being outnumbered. Long pass there. Goes off the feet of Uedu High. Chasing after it is Simpson. Battling there with Sheehan. Graham. It's got Simpson chasing it down. Jordan. Ahead to Vanderplum. Put it a little too far for Adams Alai. Like a little bit of a push there, but not called by the official. Throw in belongs to Notre Dame. Long throw. Off the foot of La Sorsa and out. Giving La Sorsa a little bit of playing time here in the second. Wasn't sure if they would just rest him. Now that said, he's not hobbling nearly as much as Martel was.
No, yeah, I feel for Martel. It's a tough goal. It doesn't look like he'll be coming back out. You get this far and injuries holding up. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, you just want to be out there having a chance to play.
Exactly.
Jordan looks to find a seam in the defense there, but nothing doing. Again, Notre Dame very content just to deny the through ball, not to allow anything in there.
That's a good.
Yeah, Graham off the back foot of La Sorsa. Ball is cleared off a defender, off the ankles or shin guards of La Sorsa and to the keeper. Cam McHugh tries to make sure his team maintains possession in and around as they head into Notre Dame territory. Keenan Rocca heads it ahead to Tubin. Tubin plays it up. They're not even going to chase it. No real reason to at this point.
Nope.
If the keeper wants to take all day, Notre Dame's more than happy to let him do it.
And he's off, yeah. Drop kick. Oh, huh. It's interesting.
Oh, so it must have been the injury then that the player came off on. Salai trying to give St. Charles at least something here. A little bit of room out there. Uedu High with the kick.
Oh, wow. Inches.
Wow. Nice creative play there by Uedu High. Just went down low to really kind of went parallel to the ground and just bounced it into a seam of, a little bit of a lane and
Yep.
didn't miss the net by much.
I'm shocked he got it through. It looked like a
Yeah.
big blue wall just
Yeah.
standing there.
Absolutely.
A little bit of life here. Could that spark St. Charles? We'll see. We're going to find out very soon.
St. Charles with the throw-in. Down to, guessing their last 5 to 6 minutes now. Kruk looks inside, but it's going to run all the way into Roberts. Roberts takes as much time as he possibly can without drawing the attention of the official. Kicks it down, trying to chase it is Rumford. And Notre Dame would be more than happy to have the ball spend a little bit of time down here, even if it's only a minute or so. Lasorsa, oh sorry, that's Graham, plays it up. Sheehan, well defended there by Simpson. Simpson with a man chasing him.
Nice play there by Rock. He shut that
good
down
job.
right away.
Exactly. Yeah, just enough there to get a foot on it. Simpson to Jordan, back to Simpson. Ball bounces up and over the fence. Gonna have to track down another one. Oh, there, send one of the athletic kids over. Somebody, that'd be you, wouldn't it? Hurdling the fence.
No, are you kidding me? You never see me coming up on a fence. That's the rookie's job.
So if you're sending a rookie from St. Ben over, who would it be?
Oof,
who's
that's a
your-
good call. I think our main guy was Massimo Marone. He was our grade 9 keeper. He was more than willing to go get the ball for the boys. Nobody was budging. He was the mature one out of the group and said, you know what? I'll stick it out and grab it.
Or you get a pole vaulter. That would make a little pit there.
Just a big netting across.
Yeah. Well, that would be way too logical, wouldn't it? It's been suggested, I think, a few times. Certainly at various places, like at very
sure.
least the end. Notre Dame with a chance here. Ball takes a nice St. Charles bounce. Jordan. Garneau. Ahead.
Some
Rock.
nice ball movement
Rock,
here.
You to high. Got a little bit of room. Plays
He
middle.
gets taken down, yes. And he
it's-
goes. Wow.
It's out, but it's outside the box. So just outside the box.
Wow, this could be big here.
I think that's Huey Duhai with a little bit of a cramp on that. Oh, is it? Yeah. I can't get. He's trying to get that. I think hard to tell if it's knee or cramp, but it.
Oh, that's cramp.
That
for
looks like
sure.
cramp
That
because-
looks like he's killing him.
Yeah. Cramps are so frustrating. Yeah, because there's nothing really. You try to stretch it. Yeah, the problem is even when you loosen it up, you know that it's one wrong step away from
Oh, exactly.
getting right back.
Well, this is it right here.
Yeah,
This
this
could very well be the ball game.
absolutely. There'll be about 3 to 4 minutes left after this. So Jack Jordan.
So he tried the top left corner. I wonder if he's going to go right back there again. This is going to be interesting. This just right in his wheelhouse. He
Yeah.
couldn't have asked for a better spot to take this
Right
one.
at the 20-yard line. He's got to clear that wall. There's the chip. Oh,
Wow.
interesting. So opting to go for the
Wow.
pass instead of the shot on net.
Yeah, that's a game changer right there.
Interesting though. I mean, if you're thinking solely from the standpoint of, do what they don't expect, that certainly would probably fit the bill.
But I mean, he's 25 yards left-footed with 3 minutes left in the game. I mean, why wouldn't you have a crack at it? At least it has a shot, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and he's proven he's got that ability to kind of taper that shot.
Exactly.
Right? It's not.
You gotta have a goal. You
Yeah.
gotta have a goal at that one. You got nothing to lose at this point.
Oh, there goes ball chaser again.
He's been on the ball. No
He's
pun
been-
intended. But
Yeah, no, he's quick. He gets the ball in faster than some of the balls that go out of bounds that don't clear the fence. Long throw in here for St. Charles. Now they're loading up. And Notre Dame does exactly what you expect, just clearing it at length. McHugh to Belanger. Belanger with Graham on him. Graham, they play advantage. Inside. Badly placed pass there, and this is going to give St. Charles a little bit of time. Rocca hustling back. Rock tried to look for a breaking player. Yeah, handball called. Yeah, handball called on Simpson. Notre Dame plays a short ball. Over to Bouchard. Bouchard loses it. Kruk chasing it down for St. Charles. Got Tubin on him. Throw in Notre Dame. Time now. The enemy of the St. Charles College Cardinals. Nice throw in there, but it goes off the foot of Matthew Garreau. Good job by defender for St. Charles. Foul is called. Garreau dusts himself off. Lots of room down there as St. Charles really cannot afford to send too many players back. Garreau. Oh, had a chance.
that's gonna do it.
And there it is. End of the game. Notre Dame upsets the St. Charles College Cardinals 2-1. Overtime goal by Noah Lasorsa, the difference in this one, as Notre Dame comes back from a disappointing 2017 season to claim the city championship in 2018.
Yeah, big congrats to them. It's been a long time coming. These guys deserve it. Well done. A great soccer game overall. Tip your hats off to St. Charles. They've had an illustrious run at it. It's time to crown someone new. Congrats to CND.
Just recapping the day's action a little bit. Junior title went to St. Charles College Cardinals, a 3-2 win over Notre Dame. In the girls' final, it was 1-0 St. Charles over LaSalle in penalty kicks, and this one goes overtime as well, and it's Notre Dame with a 2-1 win over St. Charles. For Eastlink TV, I'm Randy Pascal along with Alex Camino. We thank you so much for listening in. See you again soon.